Command & Conquer Generals wasn't just another RTS. It was a masterpiece of strategic warfare, over-the-top destruction, and perfectly balanced faction asymmetry. 2 decades later, it still holds up as one of the best real-time strategy games ever made. So today we're going to be diving into what made Generals so special, why it still hasn't been topped, and why it desperately needs a remake or the sequel that was previously cancelled.
Enemy in perimeter, range 200. All units, stand by. Fire at will. I'm hit! Let's finish them off! Watch the left! Trouble down! We got V3! Reload! Reload! Over here! Fire! We have 11 confirmed. All units, search and destroy. More contact. Range 300. Fast movers inbound. Line them up!
One of the biggest reasons Generals was so good was its 3 unique factions, each with its own playstyle, economy and strategies. The USA had high-tech firepower, air superiority and precision strikes. China relied on brute force, overwhelming numbers and devastating tank rushes. And the GLA were all about the guerrilla warfare, ambush tactics and underhanded dirty tricks. This wasn't just the reskin of the same units. Each faction played completely different, forcing players to adapt their strategies depending on who they were up against.
All finished.
Every battle in Generals was pure adrenaline-fueled chaos. From massive tank battles to brutal airstrikes and devastating superweapons. The game had a cinematic feel to every skirmish. The destruction was visceral, with buildings crumbling, units catching fire, and battlefields littered with debris. It was an RTS game where you didn't just command an army, you felt like a battlefield general orchestrating massive, explosive engagements.
Building capture complete.
And we can't forget about the superweapons. My god, were they satisfying. The USA's particle cannon, China's nuclear missile, and GLA's Scud Storm weren't just endgame tools. They were the ultimate flex. Nothing was more rewarding than unleashing one of these bad boys and watching the enemy base get obliterated. And just seeing that countdown in the corner that the enemy's about to launch struck fear in every general's heart.
Could be anthrax.
Now Generals had incredible replayability, whether it was through the legendary campaign, insanely fun skirmishes, or the thriving multiplayer scene. And even after all these years, modders have kept the game alive, adding new factions, units and balance tweaks.
And our soldiers stand ready. We shall fall upon our foes like lightning from a cloudless sky. They shall flee before our righteous anger, and their armies will come to ruin.
So here's the big question. Why has EA never given us a proper sequel or a remake? Generals sold well, was critically acclaimed, and is still considered one of the best RTS games ever made. Meanwhile, the RTS genre has been starving for a big budget return. And what better way to revive it than with a new Generals game? Just imagine Generals with modern graphics, destructible environments, and enhanced AI. Imagine a sequel with more factions, deeper strategy, and full-scale war on today's hardware. Imagine Generals making a triumphant return, and reminding the world why RTS games are so damn good. So EA, if you're listening, this is the game RTS fans are begging for.
Proceed with attack.
For the cause! Attack!
All units return fire! Room 3, strengthen the fire! There are too many of them! We must retreat! Their attack is faltering! Victory is ours!
Command & Conquer Generals was an absolute masterpiece. It took everything we loved about RTS games and cranked it up to 11. Deep strategy, explosive combat, and legendary faction warfare. If there were ever a time for a remake or a sequel, it's right now. The RTS genre is primed for a comeback, and Generals is the perfect game to lead that charge. What do you think? Would you want a Generals remake or sequel? Drop a comment below and let's get EA to finally listen to us. And if you love RTS games, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more strategy game content. Until next time, keep your heads down and your sights up. Stars,